Hey, good people, how you doing? How you been? I'm Arthur Daniels, and yes, I am back again with part 7 of Loud and Clear. Thus far, I like to take my glasses off so we can have a little chit chat and I can see you. Thus far, I've been telling you about this poser. I wouldn't even really say he was a poser. I just said that he was a person. I made him a person of interest, and then I lost interest in this person. That's what it was. And so far, I've been telling you all the things that he did wrong. And someone might be saying, "Well, she acts like she's surprised. What did she do? What did she do right, or what did she do wrong?" First and foremost, let me be loud and clear on this. I am the freaking prize. Period. And if that other person that I'm with doesn't think I'm a prize, keep it pushing. I'm a prize. And at one time, I thought he was a prize too. But then he surprised me by just being less than mediocre. And that is my judgment. And I'm sure he's passed judgment on me, and I couldn't care less. And another thing about me, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll always say it: when you make me angry, I am petty, very petty. Which is another reason why these videos are being made, because during this final breakup, he threatened me. I don't like to be threatened. He said, I'll be I'll be fine and I'll leave you alone as long as you don't make a video about me on TikTok. Well, first and foremost, I wasn't thinking about making a video about him on TikTok until he said that. So now here's a video. So now what? Now I am dating a new and improved person of interest. I call him the bear. Because he's a big guy. And yeah, when it comes to women choosing the bear over a man, well, I got both. He's a man and he's a bear. He's my teddy bear. But anyway, the bear is like, oh, don't make these videos, because if this man responds to you and he tries to approach you, and I don't let anybody touch what I consider mine. I find that so beautiful. But who's to say how that other person is going to respond, or even if he sees it, because I did block him. Yes, he did create a fake profile and started watching my TikTok videos again and getting on my Facebook page again. And no, my stuff is not private because I'm an author. I write erotic romance, and that's basically primarily what my platform is for, which is why he said what he said. And don't threaten me. I don't like that. I don't know why some men feel that they have the right to threaten women, especially women who say no. It's like, you don't have the right to leave me. You don't have the right to no longer love me. You don't have the right to choose what you want to do. Yeah, you don't get to take away my rights or violate me because society told you that you have authority over me. You don't even work the part of that authority. You don't pay my bills. You don't take care of me. You're not carrying me. You're not supporting me in any capacity. And again, in this relationship, I function as both male and female. So call me the hermaphrodite, because that sounds about right. And I was a bit more angry with him than I wanted to be, because I really wanted to remain friends. And I thought that we had established a relationship where we could remain friends after a breakup. And when he started acting this possessive way, this over and over and over again, just calling me, texting me, socially stalking me, I gave in the first time he did it, because I still kind of had a love for him, and it kind of wore me down. And then he kept saying, I have a right. I have a right to feel this way. I have a right to my emotions. I have a right to express this to you. And I have a right to bring up these old messages. And he was always texting me, talking about, I stayed up all night reading through all our texts. And it took me hours. And I still haven't gotten through them all because there's so many. We communicated so much. And you're always giving me your truth. And I so love that. And then he would say really nice and sweet things that would kind of like woo me back in because I can be wooed. A woman likes to be told she's beautiful. A woman likes to be told, that she's smart, she's intelligent. Oh, all of this fluff. Well, this woman likes it. And he has some really wonderful qualities. He sometimes could make me laugh. He was still yet selfish. Hated to drive. I like a driver. I like a man that likes to drive. This one, he didn't want to do anything. I guess just sit at home, watch sports, and drink beer. That's all he wanted to do because he will not get a job. He will just seldom house sit. And what really upset me, he upset me a lot about a lot of things, but this is the one that just really, I was like, I don't know what you think this is, but I think you dialed the wrong number. He called me up and he said, he was always talking about what he needed. He wouldn't come out and ask me to do stuff, but he would tell me, I don't have money for this, I don't have money for that, knowing that I would drop some money into his Cash App. But this time, he was complaining to me about his rent. Talk about he's short on his rent. And I'm like, what you calling me for? I'm just talking to you. I said, no, you're not. You're asking me to cover you for your rent. And how is that going to work? Because you're short on your rent this month. Rent is going to be due next month. So how are you going to pay me back for helping you out this month? And I have myself to take care of. And I have a child that I'm also taking care of. So you want me to take from my situation to feed into your situation. For me, that's very, very selfish. And any man who is willing to ask of a woman to do that has really castrated himself. You're really not a man at all. You're a child trying to walk in a man's shoes, and the shoes don't fit you. And that's how I felt about that. So that was a huge turnoff for me. And this happened, I would say, about a year ago. And at that point, I was like, we are just going forward. We're always going to be friends. He also had a weed problem. I wouldn't say he spoke fluent French. Everything was, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this and we. But there really was no we. It was always me. And I was really getting tired of him speaking French to me. I'm like, no, I am not willing to do that. And then he got all pissed off because I was going on vacation and he wanted to use my car. Well, he assumed that I'm going to be gone and he's going to have access to my vehicle. Because he was all, and I'll drive you and your daughter to the airport and I'll take you guys up here. And I'm like, I didn't ask you to do that. Well, how are you going to get where you're going? I said, I'm going to call a Lyft. Well, what are you going to do with your car? I said, my car's going to be parked in my garage and I'm good. And he was so angry. And so he said, well, I got to go. So he gets off the phone. Then he calls me up later and says, I really don't mind dropping you. I said, I know what you want to do and it's not going to happen. You're not going to have access to my car while I'm gone. And I don't care how angry you are about that. I said, no. I mean, no. Well, I wasn't saying that you have to let me use your car. I said, yes, you were. And that's why you're pissed. And I'm disgusted that you're angry by that because you had a car. I even offered to help you fix the brakes, which is why you said you weren't driving the vehicle. I said I would have the brakes fixed for you. And you said no. You decided to sell the car because that put ready cash in your pocket. knowing that the only transportation that you're going to have after you sell that vehicle is your bike in the bus. So you take that public transportation to get you to and from, or you use your feet, or you get on your bike. Don't think you're going to have what I sacrifice to pay for. See, because for me, having a car is a must have, and I don't like not having one. So you don't mind not having one, so you don't have one.